is upon us, as we know. Yes, it's here. I'm excited and I'm pumped up and ready to go. Time to preview as we are 6 days away from it. I want to go ahead and preview week zero's Vanderbilt and Hawaii game. And I know what you're thinking. Who cares? Me, because I love football and I'll take any competition that comes my way. I'll take it. If I can see a pigskin being thrown through the air, if I could see hard hitting defenders, it just gets my gets me excited and pumped up. It does. Vanderbilt and Hawaii week zero, I'll take it, man. There's going to be plenty more previews and game predictions where this came from, but let's start with this tonight. We open up. The spread is 6.5 in favor of Vanderbilt, right? Clark Lee entering year two or three with the program. And so far, I would say he's done good. I think the issue is that, when you look at Vanderbilt, they're just a bad program. I think that they've just been through a lot and they have failed and failed and failed and failed to find the right guy for the job. Now they do open up with cupcakes like year in and year out, right? And they got a pretty interesting schedule this year. Speaking of Vanderbilt, I'm excited for the Alabama game. Shout out to guys like X Wing Sports, Millis Vanillis, all you Alabama fans out there. There's a few people going with us to the Alabama and Vanderbilt game this year on September, I believe, the 24th. I believe so. That sounds about right. September 24th. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to it. I love all you guys out there, all you Alabama fans, really anybody, no matter who your team is. Getting back on track, Vanderbilt and Hawaii, week zero. It's coming up in 6 days. It'll be 10:30 Eastern on CBS Sports Network. What do I expect in this game? Well, honestly, you got Clark Lee, year two with Vanderbilt, who went 2-10 last year. The spread favors Vandy by 6.5, right? When you look at Vanderbilt, Mike Wright has been the guy this offseason, per reports from Vandy's official athletics website. Mike Wright has been the guy to be the starting quarterback, right? When you look at Hawaii, they're a good program. They can make some bowl games here or there. They still struggle a bit. Hawaii is an interesting place that we're getting a lot of recruits from. I don't know what to expect. Is this a coin flip game? It's a good possibility. I think Vanderbilt. I'll say this, right? I think Vanderbilt has the guy in Clark Lee, and I think it's going that direction. They have a tough schedule ahead. Of course they do. They're Vanderbilt, right? Hawaii, interesting. They open with Vanderbilt. Then they play teams like Western Kentucky, Duquesne, Michigan, Mexico State. They played their conference teams. You look at what they did last year, Hawaii, the Rainbow Warriors, in the Mountain West, which is not Mountain West is bad. I think they got some interesting teams. They got some good competition. Utah State over there, right? You look what Hawaii was able to do. They did it to a ball court. It was canceled. I haven't studied Hawaii enough. Right? You look and they bring back the quarterback. Come on, Cooper, David Carrero. or Cordero, I apologize, at running back, who was their key guy that they relied on heavily. Got some receivers. They got a lot of freshman receivers actually, but Zion Bowens comes back. Uh, Stephen Fiso comes back. Koali Nishigaya, if I'm pronouncing that right. There's some talent. There's a lot of talent on Hawaii. I see you back there, Brock Watson. I'll get you here in a second. Um, there's some talent there. Vandy's not a winless team. They're not a winful team either. I'll say this. Give it to Vandy to win the game. I think both of these teams are going to struggle this year greatly and even against each other. I don't expect this to be a high scoring affair. I'm going to throw a score up and you could say, oh, that looks like a defensive game. Or do the offenses just not have it figured out too much? I'm going to say 26-17 Vanderbilt over Hawaii, right? And Hawaii has the home field advantage and a 72% chance to win, but I think Clark Lee could get something going. I think he could get off to a good start in the non-conference play this season. I think he could get the season started off greatly, and I think he could do some things to put Vanderbilt. How do I put this? I guess just call it what it is and be honest. In the right spot, I guess is how I would word it. I mean, they got their quarterback at Vanderbilt, Mike Wright, has been since the start of summer workouts. He's a junior quarterback, and he's been their guy since the start of summer workouts. Looked pretty good in the spring game too, by the way. Vanderbilt head coach Clark Lee said for Wright, it's just about understanding that every day he's got to earn it. It's not a job that's given to you; it's earned, and he's earned the job there at Vanderbilt. And Vanderbilt they got Mike Wright. Um, they have Raman Davis as a senior. They got a guy from Hoover, Alabama, Dylan Betts, Pauly, Chase Gillespie. They got a couple different options at running back. They got guys like Jamarian Carter and Devin Body at receiver. So they got some weapons. They got enough to maybe field a good enough offense. We'll have to wait and see, but I think Vandy's got to win some games this year, and this is just one of them outside of the SEC play. What's going on, Brock?